Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Peace, love, and positivity to you. My name is Sohum, and today I'm bringing you another double reaction where this time we'll be featuring the bands Midori and Caeser Pink and the Imperial Orgy. This will be my first time ever listening to Midori, but my second time hearing Caeser Pink. The songs will be Himitsu no Futari and Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. Before we do jump in here, a special thank you goes to John the Reliable for his generous donation request and the unique selections for us today. My expectation is that we're going to have a sort of mixed bag in terms of style and message, but we're only going to find out once we jump in. So without further ado, let's jump in. I see everybody's in the raincoats, so it's one of those days. Whoa. Okay. Are we in like a jazz fusion kind of world here? Oh my gosh. All of the quick video cuts. Alright, I'm definitely not picking up on these lyrics. Let me see if I can't find the lyrics in English on the side here. But initial thoughts, this is musical chaos right here. Here we go. So this Himitsu no Futari refers to foreground noises. Am I finding the right link here? I'm gonna give this one last link a try. And if I can't find it, so be it. No, that's not it either. Let's just enjoy listening. So the drums are tumbling all over. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can read that. Wasn't she just rolling on the floor here? Instantaneously, she's standing up here. Definitely the quick cuts are throwing me for a loop here. There's something so, like, unnerving, too, about the way that this singer is moving. Like, Uncanny Valley I'm talking about. Maybe it's, like, in the kind of reverse bow-leggedness that she's, like, kind of walking with, and she's, like, stumbling almost as if she's, like a zombie or possessed, something like that. Also, I was not expecting the vocals to be as almost like, I want to say like punk as they're sounding here, especially given what we heard in the beginning. I was almost expecting like a full jazz fusion world with more, let's say, somber, relaxed vocals. Here, it's almost all about that frenetic, punchy punk energy. The keys underneath. This is crazily intense somehow. Like she's way in there. This is wild. This is Mariko Goto. It's so destructive. Oh my god. Dude, what was that? That was so chaotic, so destructive, full with this youthful punk energy. I mean, I was thinking almost Midori was going to be more of like one of those Japanese metal bands, maybe metalcore bands, which we've done a handful of reactions like that earlier this year on the channel. This was like a combo of jazz fusion with punk. It was not as melodic forward as the jazz fusion part may imply. I feel like the majority of that jazz feeling that I got came from the keys, which would almost like err on the side of atonal at times, but really it was just about like those bright textures that would kind of crop up underneath this huge vocalist. Even the drums to some extent were a bigger part of this mix than I would have expected at the outset. What's her name? Miroki Goto or Mariko Goto? She brings the energy, that's for sure. I guess after this band broke up, she went her own way. A vocalist like that with all of that energy on stage, I can imagine also has quite the personality behind the scenes. Himitsu no Futari. Yeah, I don't know what was being sung about here, so if there is any additional context, please let me know. Let's see if the comments give me some useful context. Smashes umbrella that she stole from some guy in the crowd. Yeets mic into the crowd. Takes off panties and walks off the stage. I don't even remember this part. Refuses to elaborate. I loved. Mariko Goto is one of the greatest rock stars in our time. Pianist was unbelievable. Yeah, I think in terms of like musicality, what I was most impressed by was the pianist, then the drums, and then the vocals. Because the vocals, there was just so much energy in her vocals, but it didn't feel as controlled. So, when you're erring on the side of the chaos, you can almost do whatever in the performance and, fit that role reliably. This person says, love the disgust in her voice. Everything in the song clicks so well. And I'll read this last one here. There's so much chaotic energy in this, and I love it. I need to look into Latin jazz and would love to know more bands like Midori. Yeah, kind of similar thoughts as to what I had. This Latin idea didn't really come into my mind, but the more I think about it, instead of that kind of like ragtime style that I was expecting to hear with the piano at the beginning, what we got was more of that jazz fusion with the notes of like Latin flair, if I can talk about it like a wine sommelier. Midori is not at all what I expected. I don't think this is like the kind of thing that I would normally listen to. But if there is more from Midori that would kind of round us out in terms of their style, I would definitely be interested in checking that out. So, you can send a request my way. But it doesn't immediately speak to me, at least not from an emotional standpoint. What's more fun about it is the energy that that song, that performance brings. And maybe it's too early in the morning for me to be appreciating Midori as much as I probably need to here. But yeah, that's where I land on it so far. Let's check out Yeah Yeah Yeah. It's a lot of awards. Jesus, how many is that? 5 by 420 awards? Okay.
They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
Black lives do not matter.
We built these streets. White man built these streets.
Go back to your
We're getting the... Oh yeah, the world of politics. As ugly as ever.
Very fine people. Very fine people.
Oh, the bass. Did you hear that? Just quick note, did you see the peace sign get superimposed from the guitar? Watch it shoot out. Yeah, right there. Oh, this is bassy. Funky. Yeah, okay.
The white guy is a master race.
Oh my god, this is a very striking image right here.
White guy is a master race. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The welfare funds are living high on the high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Every Muslim is a terrorist. Yeah, yeah.
Like all of the beliefs that racists have. Oh my god, all of the labels that everybody is being called, which just sows more division between us rather than brings us apart and appreciates our differences. Instead, the majority of the time we are looking to otherize, I don't know if that's a word, put people into the category of others so that we can delegate all of our problems societally to that group.
I don't wanna live like that.
It is so funky.
We gotta save the family from gay marriage. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And this is a striking image too, because it's what I guess presumed to be like a member of ISIS in the middle here, and then on the right is a preacher who normally they're opposing one another, especially as depicted in media and the way that often those groups talk about one another. But here they're on the same stage. What? Hold on.
Gay marriage. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sex is rape for the second sex. Yeah, yeah, yeah. God said abortion is murder. Yeah, yeah, yeah. As a beautiful people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't wanna live like that. I don't wanna live like that. I don't wanna live like that. I don't wanna live like that.
Oh my god, this is so chaotic too.
Nigga, faggot, cracker, cunt. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yo. Oh my god. Like, I mean, it's so visceral when it's like thrown out just like that. And then all of the yeah, yeahs. Like, I was gonna speak on this a little bit earlier. Just a lot has been happening. Like the yeah, yeahs are almost like society's naive response to a lot of the bigotry that is spread. So the yeah, it's not coming from a place of like intellect and empathy. It's coming from a more reactive groupthink kind of a place. And so too, when people are just directly insulting and cruel and racist with just their choice of words, for example, that yeah is echoed again. So it's not only in the more subtle racism and subtle bigotries that exist, but also in the very direct ones too. And it's sort of a slippery slope, right, that happens, and you can even see it depicted in the way that the verses have progressed. Because at first it was more about the descriptors of these different identity groups, and now it's not even changing to like descriptions that are problematic of those groups. Instead, it's about just insulting those groups because it's already a foregone conclusion that they are somehow problematic. And then the groupthink again kicks in, the yeahs. This is a visceral video. Jeez. Oh my god. Right. I don't want to live like that. Is that a saxophone I'm hearing? The choir has been nice. Oh, and I like the sax a lot. Wow. Yeah, at the end, human. Right. We're all human. Trying to live our lives as best we can for the generations that follow. Political correctness and basic human decency are two very different things. They're Caesar Pink quoting themselves. I want to unpack that quote. It's also something worth understanding because that's going to illuminate part of the backstory behind this song. So political correctness and basic human decency are two very different things. Meaning, one shouldn't ever sacrifice human decency for any which way political correctness may sway. Because oftentimes the correctness is done performatively rather than actually on behalf of those who are being oppressed or victimized. I feel like the political correctness part, the way I've understood it, has been to correct the sort of harmful rhetoric, to support those who are suffering and therefore by proxy aiding and being more decent to other humans. So maybe there's an alternative view that they have of what political correctness actually represents, maybe in practice, that I'm not privy to. But yeah, this song was very, very, I wouldn't say inflammatory. I would just say very, like out there in terms of this is exactly what you need to be hearing, even though it's going to be uncomfortable to hear it. Cause I feel like during this listen, I was a bit uncomfortable with some of the very foul language being put out there. And that's the thing with a lot of these like contentious issues, that get brought up in the modern era. A lot of us are just uncomfortable to experience the thoughts on either side, because these are difficult to handle issues that affect us all in one way or the other. And nobody wants to say the wrong thing, but also the important thing to do when there are large societal issues is to find useful ways, respectful ways to talk about it all, so that we can all move the needle in a positive direction, whatever that direction may look like. And the direction here being proposed by Caesar Pink, at least as far as I understand, is one that treats us all, instead of all of these labels, just as humans. And we can start removing all of those boundaries and walls that get put up that separate us, and instead look for the things that bring us closer together. Because guys, we're already so different from one another in all of the possible ways. Is it useful to highlight all of the differences? Yes, no, it doesn't really serve us at the end of the day, especially when those differences are being used to cause extra division. We're all human, man. It's also simpler to treat each other as such and view the qualities of the person, who they are, their character, their and X, Y, and Z, but not skin color, not all of these prejudices that exist and will continue to exist for some time. Hopefully we don't have a 22nd century where it's here, but I don't know, it feels like a lifelong, millennia-long, human species-long battle between togetherness and otherness. I always err on the side of togetherness. It seems like Caesar Pink does as well. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below about either of these two songs today, the Midori track or the Caesar Pink song. Would be very curious to hear your perspectives there. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did and want to request one yourself, please hit the first link in the description box below. That is the best way to support my channel. But as always, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.